What's going on, y'all? Hope everybody's having a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it, man. So, Absol stepped into the ring and released a new song called Squeeze First 2. Now, it's to be believed that he has an album coming up, being the next TDE member that has an album coming up from their camp. The name of the album will possibly be Soul Burger for his late friend Doe Burger, rest in peace. Now, Absol has been an individual to be one of the best lyricists in this generation, and after all the things going on in this Kendrick beef, it appears that people have listened to this new track and came to the conclusion that he might be sending warning shots in this new song. Now, this comes right after J. Cole had dropped Port Antonio, a passive aggressive track that seemingly feels like Cole is explaining his Kendrick apology to Drake, in my opinion. The song received mixed reviews, however, the following day, Absol releases Squeeze First 2, which furthers the thought that this could have been directed to J. Cole. Listeners have been looking at J. Cole as someone who has been passive aggressive in this beef, apologizing but claiming he would have won if he went all the way in this rap beef, claiming to have taken the high road but forgetting to mention he entered the beef initially with 7 Minute Drill. So realistically, he wouldn't have won because he already lost when he backed down. But listeners claim Absol was sending warning shots in regards to all of this chaos going on. This became more probable after rapper Glasses Malone had spoke on the matter in a recent interview. Glasses Malone stated that the beef sparked when First Person Shooter came out and incited this back and forth regarding the Big Three, followed by Kendrick's Like That record, which was a competitive way of saying that he was the best of the three. But this is where Absol comes in, because after the Like That record came out, J. Cole came out with the Might Delete Later album, which had the song 7 Minute Drill, which J. Cole later removed as well as himself in the beef. However, he also added the song Pie, in which Absol and Daylight were featured on, which Glasses Malone has came out and claimed was a diss as well, stating that putting Kendrick's long-term friend and Black Hippie member Absol on the same album he dissed Kendrick on was J. Cole's way of coming out and dissing Kendrick also, making an album, dissing Kendrick on a song in the album, and then putting his friend on the album simultaneously. The interviewer then asked Glasses Malone if Absol and Daylight knew what J. Cole was doing. He responds by saying no, and that he reached out to So and Daylight and asked them, to which they replied they said they didn't hear his verse or knew he was going to do that. Granted, this is some conniving behavior from J. Cole and could have jeopardized the relationship internally with PG Lang and TDE, which brings us up to Absol's song now. Soul dropped the song, and in the song the lyrics seem to be warning shots. The name of the song is Squeeze First 2, which could be him paying homage to Jay-Z's Squeeze First. And before he even raps on the song, he says, the best rapper alive or not, followed by, this is a warning, stupid. Now, Absol starts the verse by saying, Minnesota, which is a rapper in the Midwest, Minnesota warned me they want a war, but actually they forfeiting like the wardrobe for half of the week, which can be a shot at J. Cole backing down from the beef with Kendrick Lamar. Then in the same verse, Soul says, thinking they fire, but they easily mild. Check the score, you just a tourist, you ain't really wild. Which can be a diss to Drake, calling him a culture vulture as Kendrick did in the beef. This furthers the theory, followed by him saying, hey, I made 100,000 then freaked it, which Kendrick says in the song with Future, King's Dead. In the hook of the song, Absol says, thou shalt not F with raw me, or he face 1,000 deaths from Mr. Herbert Anthony. Stevens IV, full of potent dope, not a Cuban cigar maker, but I want all of the smoke. The hook was inspired by Jay-Z's Squeeze First, as was the title of the song also. Soul made changes to the Cuban cigar bar to show his readiness to find beef. Curiously, J. Cole's track Port Antonio dropped earlier that night, in which he addresses him ducking out of the beef with Kendrick and Drake. Not to forget to mention, Port Antonio was also made using the sample of Dead Prez by Jay-Z also, which makes it feel more so that this diss was for J. Cole, since Soul is using Jay-Z inspiration as well. In the second verse, Absol says, hip-hop sound off, all my brothers on frontline. If this resonate with you, I'm inviting you to combine. with me until our multiplicity is big enough to blow 'em up with one bomb. Why you think we always in some bond? 'Cause they don't want us to combine. Which is Absol speaking on his friends, such as Kendrick being on the front line of this beef as well as others, but then saying if this resonates with you, which could indicate if you think Absol is talking to you, he is. If the shoe fits, wear it. I'm inviting you to combine with me till our multiplicity is big enough to blow him up with one bomb, is a way of Absol saying he wants the smoke and he's down to let it blow up out of proportion if need be. Finishing by saying why you think they always in some bond, 'cause they don't want us to combine. The reason there is a bond, which could be a double entendre to hint towards their camps always having some type of bond to keep the peace. And the word bond can also mean in chemistry, the bond is an attractive force that holds together atoms or groups of atoms in a molecule, which goes with his lyrics when Absol was saying blow up with one bomb. Then saying after this, because they don't want us to combine, which isn't meaning to combine as in join, but in the scientific aspect in saying when two things combine, they will explode, which is the reason people don't want them to combine and why they're always trying to force a bond. It's a very interesting and lyrical way of explaining the situation and is the reason why Absol is one of my favorite artists. And if you ask me, bro, the reason why I feel like no one wants to smoke with Absol is because these lyrics exceed even the most lyrical artists. And I feel like J. Cole or Drake can't even beat Absol in a rap battle or a lyrical battle, whenever it comes to lyrics. I don't think that none of them could beat Absol, bro. Do y'all think that Absol is taking shots at J. Cole and Drake or just J. Cole? Y'all let me know in the comments, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, man. Peace. Keep it alleged.